Indian Army troops have foiled a Pakistani Border Action Team attack on the line of control against the Indian forces. According to defense sources, the BAT team involved in the attack is suspected to have regular Pakistani Army troops, including SSG commandos of the Pakistan Army, who were closely in coordination with the terrorist organizations. You've got mercenaries of the Lashkar-e-Toiba, Jaish-e-Mohammed, that is part of this potent mixture called the Border Action Team. Now, 5 Indian Army soldiers, including a major rank officer, suffered serious injuries in the fierce gunfight and the battle between the security forces and the Pakistani Border Action Team. All of this taking place in Kupwara district this morning. Sources suggest that there was an attempt to behead Indian soldiers and mutilate their body. Defense officials stated that all 5 troops were evacuated from the location. Meanwhile, unfortunately, one of the injured soldiers has lost his life, has succumbed to the hefty injuries amidst the gun battle. Encounter began in district's Kumkari area during an anti-terrorist operation. It's a heavily forested area. According to the latest information, 1 Pakistani Border Action Team member has also been neutralized. The exchange of fire took place in the forest areas along the line of control in the Machil sector of Jammu and Kashmir's Kupwara this very morning. Now, this is the second encounter in Kupwara in the last 3 days. After receiving the information about possible terrorist movement in the area, the army had launched a search operation. For more on this, Aditya Rajkal, my colleague, joins us on the broadcast. Yeah, Aditya, how are you looking at this development? Sources suggest that there was possible beheading and mutilation on the cards as well. How can you help the viewers here?
Well, Kabir, certainly this is a serious escalation from the Pakistani side. As you know, over the last 50 to 60 days, there have been several terror attacks in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, particularly in the Jammu division. But the Kashmir region has been a little hot as well, especially around the LOC in Kupwara of North Kashmir. Now, this incident happened early this morning when a BAT Action Team, which is a border action team of the Pakistan, which is a mix of, SSG commandos of the Pakistan Army and, of course, members of the Lashkar-e-Toiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed, who attempted to behead and mutilate bodies of the Indian, soldiers. There was perhaps a hand-to-hand fight as well. We do not have details yet. The details are sketchy. 5 Indian soldiers, including an officer, have been seriously injured in this attack. What really happens is that, this is a usual modus operandi, both in the LOC at Jammu and Kashmir, that the Pakistani SSG commandos try to infiltrate very silently, cautiously, and take Indian Army posts by surprise and engage in mutilation and beheading. In this attack, there were reports that such kind of a modus operandi could be operated by the Pakistani SSG either in Jammu or in Kashmir. So the soldiers at the LOC were very much cautious, very much alert. This is in the Machil area of the Kamakari sector where this incident has happened. 1 Pakistani SSG commando has been neutralized. An AK-56, Chinese-made 56, has been recovered, apart from a dagger as well as other ammunition. Operation is underway right now. We do again have sketchy details on the soldiers who are injured right now, who have been immediately airlifted to a better, hospital. There are reports confirming to me that one of the soldiers might have unfortunately passed away. This is the same area where 2 days ago an encounter had taken place with terrorists in which 1 Indian Army soldier had been killed in action. So a very hot LOC as of now. Even though a ceasefire is underway, Pakistan again resorting to old tactics, terror attacks, infiltrations underway, and of course, Indian Army very much vigilant in that area.
Aditya, today morning's incident has to be looked under the purview of, psychological warfare as well. We're looking at elections in September in Jammu and Kashmir. I think there's a clear messaging that is tried to be, put across from the other side. What do you think, pragmatically, our strategy needs to be? Are we looking at more boots and choppers being deployed on the ground?
Well, 2 things are very much clear, Kabir. That 1, the recent Lok Sabha elections in Jammu and Kashmir, the way they were successfully held, in fact, historic numbers close to 60% in areas where elections used to be boycotted, hasn't gone too well with Rawalpindi. Pakistan Army and the deep state are very much upset with the normalcy and peace in Jammu and Kashmir. So they want to, of course, try to show to the world that they are very much active. The proxy war, Pakistan-sponsored terrorism is very much active. While they were completely choked in Kashmir, the mainland areas, they started a new front in Jammu, where at least 9 to 10 terror attacks have taken place. And even today, it's said that 4 groups of 5 to 6 terrorists are roaming in the upper reaches of Jammu, and massive search operations are underway to neutralize them. Another important aspect, Kabir, is that the Pakistan Army Chief, Asim Munir, is up for an extension. Will he get an extension is something that we'll know in the next couple of months. But he wants to again deflect attention from their western border, where, of course, every day TTP is engaging in attacks in KPK, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and in Balochistan as well. Things are not good. There are massive protests underway and attacks against the frontier corps as well. So they want to deflect attention of the Pakistani civilians towards Kashmir yet again. This is an easy ploy for Pakistan. They want to show to the world that they are trying to internationalize the Kashmir issue yet again. Indian Army is very much prepared. You have also seen in the recent weeks a very successful Amarnath Yatra, where more than 4 lakh pilgrims have already undertaken the pilgrimage, and the numbers are skyrocketing. So this piece is certainly not being digested by Pakistan. As I said, the Indian Army Chief, General Upendra Dwivedi, was recently in Jammu as well as in Kashmir. He chaired a high-level security briefing as well, along with the governor and top brass of the security apparatus in Jammu and Kashmir. They've reviewed security. What they've done is extra SF para forces have been deployed in the Jammu division. Apart from that, they've decided to strengthen the SPOs, special police officers that are picked from the civilians, and VDCs as well, which are the village defense committees, which are youth who are armed and given training to tackle any kind of an imminent terror threat. So as of now, it's a very fluid situation. We do expect it to heat up even more, particularly in the Jammu division. But at the LOC, our security grid is very much strong, particularly by the Indian Army. And even as, almost every other day, there are reports of either infiltration or terror attack. Security brass is doing whatever is possible to thwart the aims of the Pakistan Army, Deep State, and of course the proxy groups like Lashkar-e-Toiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed.
All right, Aditya Rajkot bringing us the latest details. Many thanks, Aditya, for joining with us and helping us out on that front. We earlier spoke to General Ashwini Sivach, defense expert, on how the veteran community is essentially looking at this gruesome affair and hefty attack that we saw earlier in the morning. Listen in to what General Sivach has to say.
Actions are concerned, we have got complete faith and confidence in our army. We know it that there is a contingency planning which has been made. Indian Army is the most professional army in the world, and they will pay back them in the same coin. And the government of the day is very, very dynamic. They have given complete, one can say, freedom of action. So I'm sure things will happen back. But once such thing happens, you are slightly defensive. We are only trying to analyze how it has happened, why it has happened, and what is the corrective measure. But certainly we have a lot of confidence and faith in our leadership, whether it's the political or military leadership, and also troops deployed on ground. But I can only say that area is not easy to operate. It's a difficult, Machal sector is a very difficult area to operate. But at the same time, if the Pakistan...
What is unique to the Machal sector, General? What is unique to the Machal sector? I mean, could you help the viewers understand the topography of this sector? I know it's all usually forest, but are there some unique characteristics to this particular sector where the encounter has taken place?
Yeah. I'll tell you, since I commanded this Machal sector, what is the peculiarity of this Machal sector vis-a-vis Gurez sector, Karen sector, or Tandar? Why this sector is preferred by the terrorists to infiltrate? First of all, from their side, from the KL, where there are launch pads, this is the shortest route to go toward Lola Valley and Kupwara. Lola Valley, which we come, is...
So this essentially is the easiest way to... This is the easiest and the most thronged way.
No, not easy. Difficult way, but shorter.
All
there
right,
are a lot of disease. They will like to infiltrate from a difficult area where the chances of contact and neutralizing them is less. So there are 2-3 tiers of the ranges of mountains. It is heavily forested. It has got natural caves. It is the closest to Kupwara. It takes about 2 nights to reach there. And so therefore, the chances of their getting deducted from the LC to Kupwara are less, what they feel. The area is very difficult to operate. Third thing is there are a lot of vegetation. Fourth thing is sparsely populated. there are very less villages there, because the villages can also leak out about their intelligence. So this area is being purposed because their aim is to spend minimum time on the area between the LC and the hinterland. What is their aim? Their aim is to get into the valley at the earliest. They don't want usually to have contact on the LC and LC fence. The BAT action is slightly different, but otherwise the infiltration is basically done that the reception party, which is from the valley floor, comes and receives them and take them in valley place, whether it is Bandipur, whether it is Kupwara, whether it is Baramulla, whether it is Pattan, or they may go to the south of Kashmir. So that is the basic thing. So therefore, Matsal sector, maximum infiltration attempts are made. Difficult area, lot of vegetation, and also number of ranges which are there. Yet it is shortest to Kupwara. The chances of their detection are very less because the villages are, you can say, almost nil. It is sparsely populated. So all these factors make this area much more vulnerable for infiltration. At the same time, it is a challenge for security forces, and we have been always very successful. Matsal sector is one where the maximum infiltration attempts are made, but the maximum terrorists are also killed by the security forces. We always have an upper hand on the terrorists.
ये हरकतें पाकिस्तान कर रहा है बॉर्डर के ऊपर हमारे, कभी वो टेररिस्ट की इन्फिल्ट्रेशन करा रहा है, कभी वो अंदर जो है जो टेररिस्ट हैं ऑलरेडी उनको सक्रिय कर दिया उसमें अटैक्स करने के लिए, रैंडम अटैक्स करने के लिए, और अब ये जो बैट अटैक की कर रहा है, ये दर्शा रहा है कि पाकिस्तान जो है वो अपनी हरकतों से बाज नहीं आने वाला, और वो तब तक बाज नहीं आएगा। मेरा पूरा मानना है कि जब तक कि हम प्रोएक्टिव नहीं हो जाएंगे। प्रोएक्टिव का मतलब ये है कि हमें जो है जिस हिसाब से पाकिस्तान जो कर रहा है उसी हिसाब से हमें पाकिस्तान को जो रिप्लाई देना पड़ेगा। पर ये रिप्लाई किधर देना है? हमने पाकिस्तान ऑक्यूपाइड जम्मू कश्मीर के इलाके में नहीं देना, हमें देना चाहिए इनको जो है पंजाब के इलाके के अंदर, क्योंकि जो पाकिस्तान है वो मानता ही नहीं है कि ये जो इंटरनेशनल बॉर्डर है, और वहीं से उसने सुरंगें बनाई है, वहां से उसको जो है टेररिस्ट को इन्फिल्ट्रेट करा रहा है। तो जब वो मानता नहीं है कि ये इंटरनेशनल बॉर्डर है तो हम वहां से उसको करें, और वहां के जो इसकी जो पाकिस्तान रेगुलर आर्मी वगैरह के जो हैं लोग, जो पाकिस्तान जो पंजाबी मुस्लिम हैं आर्मी के अंदर, उनको क्षति पहुंचाए।
देखिए, ये जो बैट टीम होती हैं, बॉर्डर एक्शन टीम होती हैं, जनरली रेगुलर आर्मी की होती हैं। ये मिलिटेंट के बस की बात नहीं होती है और प्रॉपर इक्विप्ड होती हैं वेपन्स के साथ में। इनका मेन काम होता है कि बॉर्डर में थोड़ी बहुत अंदर जाके किसी पोस्ट पे हमला करना, किसी की गर्दन काटनी या नुकसान पहुंचाना और क्विकली वापस चले जाना। तो ये कोई वहाँ रहने के लिए नहीं आते। तो बैट एक्शन टीम एक बहुत ही ट्रेन टीम होती है, और इंडियन आर्मी ने आज जो कुपवाड़ा के मशेल सेक्टर में उनकी एक बीएट टीम को एक्शन को नकारा किया, ये एक बहुत कमेंडेबल टास्क है, क्योंकि ऐसी टीमें बहुत क्विक होती हैं एंट्री में और एग्ज़िट में। तो इसलिए बहुत अलर्ट रहना पड़ता है ऐसी टीमों को मुंह तोड़ जवाब देने के लिए।